Hello, 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 all my friends. Welcome back. Welcome back. So we are going to be doing a pattern haul today. So I will be sharing with you some patterns from Butterick, McCalls. I have a few simplicity patterns, and I also have an indie pattern that I want to share with you all as well. So I'm really excited about that indie pattern. Stay tuned to the end so you can see which indie pattern that I just recently purchased. Before we get into the video, I want to share with you what I'm wearing today. So this is the chalk and notch rim blouse. I just made this for Christmas last year. I think it was a little bit after Christmas, so it wasn't a Christmas make, but yeah, I did make it around that time, and I had so much fun sewing this. I have a pattern review of it, so if you want to learn more about the pattern, go ahead and click the iCard above. And yeah, you'll learn more about that pattern. So let's go ahead and get into this pattern haul. So I want to start with the Butterick B6772. And many of you probably already have seen this pattern just recently on my channel because I have sewing plans for this. So this is a pattern of a skirt. You have two different variations. You have a skirt where you can make you have side slits in the front of the side front on the left and the right of the skirt there. And it is so simple, so easy. Now, this pattern does not come with facings. I know it is really weird because you do have a center back zipper, but you don't have facings. So as far as I can tell, you are going to be cutting out a pattern or using some type of twill or something like that for your close off the edge of the skirt so you can get a nice finish at the top of the skirt instead of using facings. So that's really interesting, and I'm really interested to see how that sews up. But I really like view A, and that's why I purchased the pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and put all the images to these patterns up here, and you can see what they look like. And if I come across any line art, I'll put those in here too so you can see what they look like. For view B, you have the option of putting a flounce down the front, left and right of the skirt. So not the center front, but on the side front of the left and the right. And you have like these beautiful like cascade, almost like a waterfall type flounce kind of cascading down the side of the skirt there, which I think is really cool. But my only gripe with this is that you would have to make sure that you have a fabric that looks very similar on the back of the fabric as it does on the face of the fabric, because the back of the fabric will show. And so you definitely want to have something that's going to look very pretty. So anyway, this pattern calls for fabrics such as challis, crepe, rayon, jersey, double georgette, and it's classified as easy. It has 6 pieces. So there is the extra piece for the flounce for view B. But if you do view A, you're only using 5 pattern pieces. And those pattern pieces will include the front, which is going to be cut on a fold. You have your side front, and then you have your back, and you have your side back. Now, if you do view B, you will have the flounce as well. So those are all the pattern pieces, and the sizes are 6 to 24. And yeah, so I purchased the F5 envelope, and those sizes include 16 to 24. So if you purchase the, I believe it's A5 envelope, you will get the sizes 6 to 14. So those are the sizes, that's the pattern, and I'm hoping to make view A, and that will be included in part of my sewing plans. And I already have my sewing plans video up for May, so if you haven't checked it out, please do so. Again, I'll put links to all the videos that I reference here in the description box below or in the iCard below above. So make sure you check out my videos. I also purchased the Butterick B6798. So this is also a pattern that comes in sizes 8 to 14 and then 16 to 22. So you don't get the size 24. The previous pattern went up to a size 24, but this one goes up to a size 22. However, this one is elasticated. So you might have a little bit of room to play there. It's classified as very easy. It has 7 pattern pieces, and the fabric suggestions are lightweight broadcloth, lightweight linen, gauze, and eyelet fabrics. So what I like about this pattern is you have asymmetrical hems, and you have different types of asymmetrical hems as well. So I'll go ahead and put an image here so you can see what they look like. And it's, like I said, an elasticated waist, and you have an option to do like a color blocking band as well at the lower edge of one of those skirts. So I really like that, and I'm thinking maybe of doing view A because you have that option of playing around with the pattern and putting like a little color band on the edge. So I also picked up this pattern from the latest Butterick release, and it's the Butterick B6872. Now this pattern comes in sizes 8 to 14 and then 16 to 24. It's a dress pattern. Easy. It's classified as easy. Suggested fabrics are challis, crepe, double georgette, cotton blends, and lightweight linen. And it has this beautiful square neckline. You have tucks below the neckline, which is really cute, a gathered skirt, and then you have the option of putting a ruffle at the lower edge of all of the different variations of skirts that they have. So they have different length variations, and then you also have different sleeve variations as well. So you have a sleeve where it has just a little ruffle on the sleeve, and then you have a sleeve that's a puff sleeve, similar to the sleeve that I'm wearing in this video. And you also have a sleeve where you could put like a band at the bottom of the sleeve. It's a little longer. So I like all the different variations, and I think this would be perfect for a summer dress. I know that this was released in the spring collection. However, I think if you make something in a really nice cotton blend, or a really nice lightweight linen, or some kind of lightweight voile or something like that, it would be perfect for summer. So I really love that. I also picked up the Butterick B6875, which is also from the Butterick's latest spring collection. This pattern comes in sizes 6 to 14 and 16 to 24. Suggested fabrics are charmeuse, cotton blends, crepe de chine, double georgette, poplin, shirtings, and silky type fabrics. It is a pullover top, really pretty, but also really basic. And I really like some of these designs that are basic, but also kind of trendy in some way. I'm not one who follows all the trends, but this trend with the little cutout on the neckline is so cute. I really like view B on this particular pattern because you have the option of putting elastic around the lower edge of the sleeve. And I also like the cutout on the neckline. Now view A, you do have some pleating on the neckline. It looks like either some pleating or some tucks there. Right next to the cutout. I guess the only difference would be the sleeves, whether you put elastic around the lower edge of the sleeve or not. So view B is showing this top with the elastic, and view A is showing it without. It looks as if you're going to have a little opening in the back of your garment, which you might be closing it with a little button. I'm not sure. I can't really see the details. It's very small back there, but it looks like that's what's going to be happening there. And then for view C, this is the version where there's no cutout on the neckline at all. It's just a high rounded, I believe that's a boat neckline, and it's really cute. The shirt looks like it's hitting around that high hip area, which is a really nice, perfect length for me. And yeah, so I think that this would be a really fun pattern to make. So those are all the patterns that I picked up from the latest Butterick collection and a few older Butterick patterns as well. So I just recently purchased a few McCalls patterns. So Joanne just had their McCalls sale this past weekend, and I picked up the McCalls M8223. So this pattern actually comes in sizes extra small to 2XL. So the first envelope, you get 2 envelopes with this pattern. So the first envelope is extra small to medium, and then the second is the large to 2XL. This pattern is classified as easy, and it has 7 pieces. Suggested fabrics are crepes, stable knits, challis, and cotton blends. So this is a pattern of very, very loose pants, and I really like these, and I don't know why I passed them up last time. I don't know. Sometimes I have to wait to see the pattern made up among people in the sewing community, just to get an idea of how people are styling these patterns, or how you know, what type of fabrics they are choosing, like those types of things. And that kind of helps me out to you know, either rejecting the pattern or you know, deciding to get the pattern. And I think that what was going on in my mind at the time is I just needed to see someone make these. And so I really do like it. The pattern, it is very flowy, and it's supposed to be really easy. And yeah, so I think I will make these for a summer project. I think it would be really fun to have these pants here. I picked up the McCalls M8260. Now this pattern isn't a pattern that I would choose for myself, but I was shopping with my daughter, and she saw these pants and she really liked them. And so she wants me to make, I think, either a pair of pants or a pair of shorts for her. And so this pattern, it is rated as average. It has 12 pattern pieces. Suggested fabrics are wool blends, gabardine, crepes, those types of fabrics. The pants are, or shorts, are also lined, so you will need lining fabric, and it's calling for 2 1/2-inch buttons and a hook and eye closure. So, and the pants, you do have some pleating on the front of the pants. You have a yoke, which I think is really fun and cute. So I'm not opposed to making them up, and that's why I picked them up. I will be probably making these for my daughter pretty soon. The sizes are 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. And yeah, so I'll probably be making these for my daughter soon. See how they look on her before I decide to commit to make a pair for myself. I picked up the McCalls M8255. This is another pattern that I passed up in the previous McCalls sale. And with this McCalls sale, I decided I'm going to get it and I'm going to give it a try. I think I've seen a couple people make this pattern up too, and I thought, wow, that was they did a really good job. This is a pattern that has princess seams. It's a top, rounded neckline, like a really scooped, nice rounded neckline. You have different sleeve variations, including a sleeveless variation, a short sleeve, and then also a long sleeve. The back of the pattern, you put an invisible zipper in the back of the pattern. And what I like about this pattern is that it actually curves at the waist, so it cinches in the waist, which is really nice as well. It is rated as an average pattern, 15 pattern pieces. The suggested fabrics are cotton blends, gingham, linen, and sateen type fabrics. This is another pattern that calls for lining, and they're calling for lightweight lining such as balls. So it will be a little bit more in depth because you will be lining the fabric and that, or lining the garment, I'm sorry. And that is probably why it is rated as an average pattern. So the sizes go from 8 to 16, and then you have plus sizes with this one. It goes from 18W to 32W, which is really nice. Now, many of you might jump down my throat when I show you this next pattern. I posted a poll on Instagram, I think about a month or so ago, when the latest New Look collection came out, and virtually no one liked this pattern. This is the New Look M6721. So this is a skirt, kind of like a handkerchief skirt pattern. Now, I didn't get it for views A and B. I purchased this pattern for views C. And I think that this would be something really simple, easy to sew up. In fact, I already cut out the pattern pieces. It comes with these ties that you can tie around the waistband, which is really fun. The center front actually is cut out twice, so you do have a seam that goes down the center front. You have slanted pockets, which I think is really cute. So again, the handkerchief type skirt isn't my forte, and I know that is kind of like the big feature of this pattern, but it's just not something I'm interested in. I just wanted a really simple A-line type skirt that has that center seam. I think it would be amazing to do like a color blocking or a print matching type garment with this type of pattern. This pattern comes in sizes 10 to 22. All sizes are included in one envelope. Lastly, for my commercial patterns, I picked up the Simplicity S9552. Now, I hesitated to get this pattern, not because I didn't like the style lines and the pattern and the design of the pattern, but because it closely resembled the McCalls pattern that came out a couple years ago. Cannot remember the number. I'll put it here so you can see what it looks like, but it really resembled that to me. And then also another Simplicity pattern, which is the Mimi G pattern, and I'll put that up as well. So it was so close to those patterns, I thought, should I get this pattern or should I just kind of alter those patterns to kind of mimic this pattern? The fabric suggestions are chambray, cotton blends, gingham, lightweight denim, and linen blends, satin, not satin, and seersucker and stretch woven. So that's one of the main reasons why I purchased this pattern, because the pattern was designed to handle those bottom weight fabrics that are a little bit more heavier. So medium to heavy weight. So you have, I wouldn't say heavyweight, but like your denim is going to be more of a heavyweight fabric than say a charmeuse or, you know, any of those lightweight fabrics that the McCall pattern calls for. The halter top, it's not my forte, but the pattern is there included in the pattern. If those of you who like this style, it's there as well. But I would definitely like to make view B and view C and see how those turn out. So really excited about this pattern. Okay, so lastly, here is my indie pattern. Really excited about this because I don't buy a lot of knit patterns, and I definitely don't buy a lot of knit indie patterns. So this is the Friday Pattern Company Easy for Knit Fabrics Westcliff dress. So this is a pattern that is very size inclusive, extra small to 4X. It's a wrap dress. I'll put the details there with an image and you can see what that looks like. Bust is, and I'm going to read the finished measurements. The finished garment measurements for the extra small, starting with the bust, is 44, the waist is 26, and the hips is 39. Going all the way to the 4X, so size inclusive. The bust is a 62, the waist is a 44, and the hips is a 62. So really love this pattern because it's size inclusive, it's for knits, it's a dress, it has your classic wrap bodice, and then you have a skirt, and then you can either just do just the wrap with the skirt, or you can do your wrap top here with the skirt and a ruffle at the bottom. And you have short sleeves for your sleeves. So a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It does not tell me what kind of knits on the back. Most indie patterns, you find that information in the instruction booklet. And so, yeah, I don't really see that information, but you're going to be looking at like your jersey type fabrics, your ITY, you know, those types of knits for this type of pattern. And it says that the Westcliff is a stylish and comfortable knit dress. It features a faux wrap front and an A-line skirt and optional gathered lower tier. The pattern includes a simple tie belt. This dress is perfect for everyday wear, but can also be dressed up for any occasion. So yeah, really excited to make this. So those are my patterns that I just picked up from my recent pattern haul. If you had any of these patterns, if you have any of these patterns in your stash, let me know. If you've made them, let me know what your experience was like. And yeah, I can't wait to hear from you all. I hope you all have a blessed and happy sewing week. Bye.